All right, let's talk about the 49ers going up against the Green Bay Packers here. Should be listen, storylines are definitely here, right, with the 49ers and Packers. Obviously, Rodgers could never get past the 49ers here. Now, Love, going to see if he can do it. Got his work cut out for him. We're going to talk about Jordan Love and the Packers offense against the Niners defense, which should just be great on great, right? If you look at this chart, this is where they rank in specific Pro Football Focus grades positionally. So for the Packers, they are fourth best in passing. That's pure passing. Jordan Love, I believe, as a whole, is graded 11th best, but still very good. And this is including playoffs, by the way, I should mention. And sixth best receiving. So, PFF very high on the plethora of maybe guys who don't have big names in the receiving core, but are coming through and making plays. Also, pass blocking very good. For the 49ers, though, their coverage, third best in football. So good coverage unit, good receiving unit. Should be very interesting there. Pass rush is a slight advantage to San Francisco, but not a massive one. San Francisco's is amazing pass rush-wise, but Green Bay's pass blocking has been very good as well. The biggest advantage on either side is the run blocking versus run defense. The Niners also stopped the run very well. They've been graded out very well there. Green Bay top 10 in rushing, but 21st in overall run blocking. But let's get into some film. Let's talk about what can go right and what can go wrong in this game. So a lot of what the 49ers like to do is similar to what the Bears like to do, which is why I'm using footage from that game. It's going to be a zone coverage play that the Bears are currently in, and you see this route on the screen and how it can work. Kind of can get into a gap in coverage right there. That's kind of the benefit of, if you know that on second down, the team you're playing likes to play a lot of cover 3 zone, well, you can game plan around that, right? Watch as when this play begins, you see that Love gets rid of the football quickly, and there is a little window here, right? Because you kind of knew what coverage was coming. This is a good route against that coverage. However, this time it does not get complete. There was a window there. It just didn't get hit that time. But I'll be honest, if I'm San Francisco, I'm not exactly feeling great if I have to bank on Jordan Love missing a lot of throws. He'll miss some. He's not, everyone misses some, right? So you can get a miss here or there, but it's not a long-term success rate. If you don't want to be giving him windows like that. But can San Francisco maybe cover a little bit better than Chicago did on that play? This list right here, these guys might be the key guys to talk about in terms of, where this game will be won or lost. I talk a lot about on this channel. A lot of games are won and lost on the outside. And you see for Green Bay, the receivers are in the top left, and then their tight ends are bottom left. And then for the 49ers, their corners are top right, and safeties bottom right. Some of those guys are, dealing with injuries, but, these are the guys who I assume will be out there. And kind of across the board, it's a lot of just not a lot of stars. Only one guy is top 10, Tre'Davious Ward for the 49ers, who's played great this season. But it's a bunch of guys who are top 30 or top 40, right? A bunch of just solid football players. And when you get so many different guys who can come through, Jaden Reed, on Dontavian Wicks, even Christian Watson, when he's been out there, has done all right. Romeo Dobbs, and then Bo Melton, another guy. Not to mention Tucker Kraft and Luke Musgrave, all guys who have come through and done some good stuff for them. Also, I just realized I typo there. I wrote Do Melton instead of Bo Melton, so sorry about that. Hit the wrong button there. But, and again, a lot of guys for San Francisco. I'm not exactly sure who's going to be on who necessarily. It's not like there's a clear number one. I think Ward is the clear number one corner, but it's not really a clear number one receiver for Green Bay. I do wonder if they attack the slot a lot. Jaden Reed's kind of been their slot guy. He might be what they do. I don't know. But also something like this, Green Bay just in general, they don't really have receivers just try and go out and win. Third down and 6, the Bears are playing man. This is what the Niners tend to do. Zone on first and second down, man on third down. That's a lot of what they end up doing. So for Green Bay, in a situation like this, they love this concept where you have several receivers kind of run deeper and towards their right, and then Aaron Jones is going to cut across the middle. A lot of traffic. You just hope he can pick up the first down. As you see, Love is going to take the snap, and right here you can see how this could work out, right? The player who's covering him is very far off to the side, and also a linebacker, right? Because it's man coverage. Love is going to flip this one to Jones, who runs forward, picks up the first down right there. Really good stuff by Jones, good stuff by Rodgers, but this is just what LaFleur is going to do, and you do wonder, again, I didn't even bring up the linebackers, but obviously San Francisco has linebackers who can cover very well, but if Matt LaFleur can game plan around it, it could be a good situation. Now, heading over to a play like this to talk about the Niners defense for a second and how they played against the Ravens, they played actually all right in this game. It wasn't terrible. They actually covered pretty well in this game, despite what you might expect. Lamar got going kind of once things got off the rails a little bit, but it usually was with stuff like this for Lamar. Watch as he takes a snap, he looks downfield, doesn't love what he sees, and, for a lot of quarterbacks, they're kind of screwed in this situation. Lamar Jackson is an exception to the rule, right? As you see, he's going to scramble out, he makes something happen, this time with his legs, sometimes he's making stuff happen with his arms. That might be what Jordan Love has to do in this game, right? Because this was kind of the one time we saw the Niners look human this season and get kind of, beaten pretty badly. I do think that sometimes the way to beat the Niners defense is by, making stuff happen after play. Things like that, which we all know Jordan Love can do. So that could be where things get interesting. One other aspect I think about in this game that I think is important to note is the potential of turnovers. Something like this. It's a 1st down and 10, but the situation, 16 seconds left in the half, and the Packers do not have any timeouts. So the Bears, they're completely playing a prevent defense, just protecting the end zone. If there's a caught ball not in the end zone and not out of bounds, the half could very well be over. So that's what Chicago is doing. Jordan Love is going to take the snap, and he is going to fire one towards the end zone, and it's really just a pure jump ball. The reality is, Love will take chances. Love will put the ball in harm's way at times. And I'm not even saying he's been lucky. I'm saying that he's been making the throws. So it's like typically, it's working out. But at the same time, with San Francisco, who covers well, they might have some opportunities to make some plays. This one here was dropped as that, was a real chance to get an interception right there. Didn't quite happen. But could there be an opportunity for a turnover? If you can win the turnover battle here, that probably goes a long way. If you're, either team, obviously winning the turnover battle is huge. I could see there being some opportunities there. Okay, so predictions page at this point. The Green Bay Packers offensive points per drive, on this season is 2.19. A very good, very respectable 2.19. And the Niners defensive points per drive is also very good, 1.73. Pretty big disparity there. I do think, my prediction is, I think the Packers will be able to scheme stuff up in this game. I actually think they might do a better job than some people might realize. There are turnover opportunities, and I'm not expecting much from the run game, but quite frankly, I'm not going to massively bet against this Packers, offense right here. I'm just not. My prediction is 2.2 points per drive right now. I'm still expecting a pretty solid offensive day from just what the Packers are doing. To me, the game is really going to come down to, does that defense stand a chance against the Niners offense? And you'll have to stay tuned till part 2 of this video where I talk about, all of that and my predictions there. But yeah, as of right now, I'm a little bit higher on the Packers offensive chances than maybe some other people would be. And perhaps there is even opportunity, because again, predictions get weird, but you can totally see the avenue in them being able to scheme stuff up and get guys open and win the game that way. You also can see an avenue where San Francisco does what they kind of can do at times. They're ready for that. They are able to cover it, and Jordan Love takes a couple of chances, and some of them don't go well. So those are my thoughts on this side of the ball. Make sure you subscribe or just hang out. It'll be later today. I'll post part 2, so stay on the lookout for that. But yeah, those are my thoughts on this side of the ball. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Always love hearing from y'all, and of course, as always, thanks for watching.